Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial, products, placement, shades, everything. So if you want to know how to make your makeup look like this, keep watching. Okay guys, so ignore how my hair looks, gotta clip it back. I first like to start with the Kosas Airbrow. This one is clear. I just prefer the clear one because I don't feel like I need a tint. Anyways, with the Kosas Eyebrow Gel, it's my favorite, but not much product comes onto the spoolie, so you kind of have to run it through your eyebrows multiple times until they're properly coated. Now my eyebrows are all coated, so I just brush them straight up. And then once I'm done that, I go straight and then down. And then my eyebrow looks like that. Okay, both eyebrows are done, and I've never found an eyebrow gel that makes my eyebrows look this, sleek before. I love it. Okay, now for mascara, I use the Tweezerman Eyelash Curler and the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. Specifically the gold one, but I've used the black one before and I don't really see a difference. It's kind of hard for me to show you how I do my mascara, but I curl my eyelashes 2 separate times. So I'll curl, hold, and then do that one more time. And then with my mascara, I do 3 coats. Okay guys, my mascara is done. Now I go in with my Saie Super Glowy Gel, I believe it's what it's called. And my shade is Warm Glow. I do prefer the shade Star Glow though, but when I bought this, it's because Star Glow wasn't in stock, but it works just as good. I just find that Star Glow gives a tiny bit more glow. I focus it right here, right at the top of my forehead and my chin, and I just had a pea-size amount in my hand. Then you just rub it in. Next, I go in with my Saie bronzer. This is in the shade Swim, and it's called Dew Bronze, I believe is the product name. And I put it on my cheekbones, my nose, my chin, and then right up here, like that. Then I use a Saie brush. I believe this is the foundation brush if I'm not wrong, but they recommend to use it with this product. And I just kind of buff it in. For my nose, I literally just push it across my whole nose. And now I look super bronzy. And then after that, I go in with the Tower 28 concealer in the shade DTLA. And I don't know if you can see that, but I'm gonna write everything on the screen. I put it in these places. So I do 3 dots under my eyes, right here. And then if I have any spots, which right now I have a few little marks, I do right there. Then I use this Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, and I use that to blend out my concealer. I don't fully blend it out because I go back in with a beauty blender. So as you can tell, it's not fully blended in, and that's okay. I go in with my Real Techniques beauty blender, and I just blend it all. And then I go in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I use my beauty blender, I dip it in, and then I dab some away on my hands, and I set anywhere I put concealer. And then the last place I put setting powder, I use the Real Techniques blush brush. I pick up the tiniest amount on here, tiniest, and I tap it away, and then I just gently put it over my forehead like that, hardly any. Okay, now some might see this as a crime, but I'm about to put on my cream blush after I just set my face. I know, but I did it by mistake a few weeks ago or a week ago, and I like it so much more. So I use the Saie Dew Blush in the shade Rosy, and I put it right here and on my nose. And then I use this Patrick Ta, I think it's called the Precision Blush Brush or Dual Blush Brush, I don't know, but it's the Precision one, so it's the smaller one, and it has 2 ends. I use the end that's made for cream blush, and I blend out my blush like this. And I do this for a little bit because I'm trying to diffuse the blush out a bit because it could be a bit harsh at first. If ever you feel like maybe you put on too much, just dab it away with your beauty blender and that'll diffuse it. Okay, so this is how I like my blush. And then I go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. And I bronze everywhere that I put the Dew Bronze. So cheeks, forehead, nose, and chin. And now I go in with my powder blush. I use the Saie Super Suede Radiant Blush Powder in the shade Stella. And I use the fluffy side of the Patrick Ta brush. I put on a very little amount of this, but just enough. And don't forget the nose. And then I set the face with my Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. This just kind of like melts all the powders into my face. And while that's all drying, I do my eyeliner. I use the Annabelle Cole matte eyeliner in Black Coffee. It's like a dark brown. And I do the tiniest little wing on each side of my eyes. And I don't bring it across my eye. I just literally do the corner. Literally just like that. Then I use this e.l.f. small angled brush and I just kind of like buff out the line. Like that. Okay, we're almost done. Next is highlighter. This is the Glossier Dew Effect highlighter in the shade Quartz. And I use this one on my nose, right there. And I put the tiniest little bit on my cheeks, like right here. But really a small amount because it can make your face look a little too dewy. And then I use my Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Enlighten just for my inner corners of my eyes. I used to use the Glossier one right there, but I found that it would crease my makeup just in that area. But powder doesn't do that, so I use the powder one for there. Okay, and then we go back to powder just for the tiniest little bit. And this is my favorite step to do. I think it makes the biggest difference in my makeup. I take the Real Techniques 402 brush. I take the smallest amount, dab it off, and I put it right here. Right there. Don't bring it out anywhere. You want to keep the glow, but I just put it right here. Okay, the video's about to end. I already have a video on my lip combo, but I do NYX Whipped Caviar Lip Liner, NYX Lip Oil in Newsfeed for the color, and then Summer Fridays Lip Balm in Mint. And now we're done. Bye, guys.